Hey guys, Space here, and I will be voicing over our playthrough of Firebase Z. And we finished Easter egg, and we were going to do funny moments, but it ended up not being that funny, so we decided that we're going to do a tutorial on the Easter egg. We're going to try to make this tutorial as clear as possible for anyone who is a fan of our channel and who wants to do this Easter egg and needs help with the steps. And with that, let's get right into it. Firebase Z. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is just go ahead and watch this kind of janky cutscene. I don't know why the frames are so bad, but it seems to be really bad on any platform and any playthrough. Alright, once you get into the game, you want to make your way over to the teleporter to get over to the second area where you can turn on power. Fun fact, there's been 2 Discover Parkour jumps to get up there without opening this door right here. But once you go ahead and get that door open, we're going to run up to the teleporter. And another thing that you need to consider is once you get there, you need to start trials, because it is going to be very helpful to get weapons from the trials to use against the zombies for this Easter egg. And if you get your trial reward all the way up to legendary, you have a pretty good chance of getting a Reiki out of it. So first things first, you want to go and make your way over to the power generators. There are 3 of them on the map, and we went for the one on the left first. So you just go ahead and come over here, and then you have to open this one door. And then once you're in here, you just go ahead and make your way down to the reactor and turn it on. This will be using the wave zombies from your normal waves, and you just have to kill them near any of the things that say protect, and it will increase the charge. As you can see, these 2 bars on the left. You don't have to worry about damage that much. There are some zombies that can hit it, but when they hit it, it doesn't really take that much damage, so you should be fine. And even if you lose in the damage part, you just turn the reactor back on and get right back into it. Now once your charge bar fills up completely, it will be done, and you can move on to the next generator. As you can see, it gave us 2,000 points because we had a double points, but you get 1,000 points for finishing the generator. Now once that you have that one done, it'll tell you, as you can see Peck say right here, there are 3 reactors. So you need to make your way over to the other 2 and get those done too. Just remember to finish trials along the way, because you can get your rewards very, very high. So the second generator that you want to do is just right here in the middle. We decided to do this one. Then again, you can do them in any order. Hop down here, go ahead and turn it on. Do the same process as you did for the first one. And then just repeat the process for the last generator to turn on the power. Now once you have the power on, you want to make your way back to Rapnob, and he'll give you a little bit of dialogue to progress the Easter egg. And then once he's done, he'll send you over to Peck. He's just over here next to the reactor. Go ahead and talk to him.
You did as you asked, Peck. So where the hell is she? Where is Maxis?
Once you're done talking to Peck, you want to go ahead and make your way back to Ravnov at spawn, and he will give you an item, the keycard. Also, he will have the Pack-a-Punch machine turned on, which is very helpful. Using this keycard, you need to go over to the 3 lockers. There's one right here, just behind Ravnov, and collect the compounds inside. There will be 3 of them placed around the map, 1 in spawn, and then 2 in the other area. The second one is just over here in engineering, just in between the boiler room and the communication room. And then the last one is just over here in the Colonel's office, right next to the safe for the Sergei's Head Easter egg step. And then with all 3 of them, you go over here to medical and put them in the compound thing right here with the weird looking machine, looks like a vacuum. And then this will spawn some hellhounds, which are this map's version of plaguehounds, and they of course are plaguehounds but on fire. There'll be a couple of those, not too much. And then once those are all done, you can go and collect the vacuum from the table.
An aerosol delivery system.
Once you have that, you go and take it over to this AC system and put it right on top. And then go talk to Peck, and there will be quite a long cutscene of him dancing. And then that's the end of step 1, and then you can move on to the mimic step.
All you need
For the mimic step, you need to go over here, unlock this machine, and everyone should grab an essence trap. And these are important for the mimic step because you need to trap the mimics and bring them back to the machine to get intel to progress the Easter egg. Just a reminder, keep doing their trials. They're really easy. You can get some really good things, including the Ray perks and some things like insta-kill, nukes, and double XP. One of these 3 locations that you need to be watching during the mimic step is right here in these 2 bedrooms. If a mimic spawns here, then it is the correct mimics, and it should give you the dialogue options you need to progress the Easter egg. Mimic spawns can be a little bit funky, but they are relatively reliable in where they spawn, and even though it seems as though they didn't spawn where they spawned, if the items were in the room and the effect was in the room, then that means that they are the right mimics. As you can see here, I tried to trap one, but I ended up getting the full health one by mistake. But that's fine, just so you know, when you capture a mimic that is high health, it'll destroy the trap and you need to go back and get another one or have a friend come with a trap. So my friend captured one here and he's about to bring it back. This ended up being the wrong dialogue option, so that means that I know that this mimic right here is the right dialogue option because the second one is always guaranteed. Sometimes when you collect a mimic and bring it back to the machine, it will give you the wrong name, and you can see Officer Weaver will actually tell you it's the wrong name and you need to collect another mimic. Don't worry, it happens. Just move on and get a new mimic and make sure it's from the right area. As you can see, we got Sokolov here, which is a correct name that Peck said at the beginning. And after his dialogue is done, Weaver will come on the comms and tell you that you got the right piece of intel and you can move on to get your second mimic.
That's one of the activation codes. Just need to find the other one.
Now, as you can see, my friend actually got a Ray K from a reward. And something important to note is if your friend already has a Ray K and they get a Ray K from a legendary reward and someone else in your team needs it, then if they're holding a Ray K, they can swap for the Ray K and it'll drop on the ground and you can pick up their reward Ray K. So Pete found this mimic that spawned next to Pool's office. So we know it's the right one because it spawned next to Pool's office. It might not give us the right dialogue, but that's okay because if it isn't the right dialogue, we can always get on the second step. We saw him coming from Pool's office, so we know it's the right one. Pool's office is that little room next to the burning Jeep that is, you can tell because when you go into that room, it'll say Pool's office on the left. So in here, we just go and get him captured. All you have to do is treat it like a C4 and then get him captured into the trap. Make sure he has a lower health. Just below the second M in Mimic is good enough, and they usually don't break free if you get them that low health. Go ahead and put the trap back into the machine, and as you see, we got Brams from that Mimic, and that is the right option, and he will give you the other activation code. And Weaver will come on the comms, tell you it's correct, and then you can move on to capturing Mimic 3. So Mimic 3 can be a little bit tricky because he spawns in the Colonel's office. It's just up here, as you can see, he came from there, so we know he spawned from there. So all you need to do, same as usual, get him low, capture him up in the trap, take him back to the machine, check if it's right. This was a bug in the original where brain rot zombies could actually kill the Mimic, but it has been patched, so you don't have to worry about your brain rotting killing a low Mimic. And my friends got him captured there, Pete and Oak got him captured, and we're just going to run over to the machine, check if it's correct. And sure enough, Xavian, that is the correct name, and that is all 3 mimics, and with that, the mimic step is done. Weaver will come on the intercom, tell you it's done, tell you got all 3 codes, and you can move on to part 3. After a little bit, and once the dialogue is complete, the machine will put all of that data into a floppy disk that you just need to grab and take to this machine in comms. Once you put it in there, you want to go and make your way up to the dome that's right next to comms, and it will have been opened. And there is going to be a little mini event with the dimensional breach, as you can see here. So after a little bit, it will say that it needs to be stabilized. So you need to go ahead and go down and talk to Peck, and he will tell you what to do for the next. Once you're done talking to Peck, he'll lock him in his room. You want to go and make your way over here. Grab the shovel sitting right here next to these boxes. You can grab this at any time, but we just found it convenient to grab it after talking to Peck while Radnov was talking.
After all, I do not know where they hid crystals, but an ether meter could find them. There is one in cabinet nearby.
You want to go ahead and go over to this cabinet right here next to Peck after Radnov is done talking. He'll give you the code and it'll open up the cabinet, which drops this aether meter to find the crystals. The first location is just over here in this corner. Go ahead and dig it up, and then it will summon a bunch of those little containers just around the area, and you need to find the one that doesn't have black smoke. As you can see, this one has black smoke, and this one right here also has black smoke. If you grab one with the black smoke, it'll spawn tons of mimics, up to 20 in some cases. Just find the one like this one, where there's no black smoke, and it'll be collected. The second one to go for is over here next to the reactor, next to the colonist office, just in the middle path of the jungle for the assault rounds. It's in the middle. You want to go ahead and have everyone over here because it will make the map super dangerous. It will have a constant tick damage, and it can kill your teammates very quickly. Go ahead and dig it up, and it will start a little mini event where over in the jungle you will see tons of manglers, plague hounds, and mimics spawn. If you are careful and do this near the end of a round, then the zombies will only be on your backside towards the map, and if you don't kill them, then there won't be any zombies that you will have to deal with, and it'll be a lot simpler, and they will only be coming from this one side. The area will get smaller and smaller, so just make sure to stay on top of the zombies and plague hounds, mini bosses, and you should be done in no time. It does get a little clustered sometimes, and this is possible solo. Me and Pete have done it. And once it is all done, the enemies will start to slowly stop spawning, and the aura will go away, and you'll be able to pick up the crystal. This is the last crystal you want to get. It will require you to have a Reiki, so either get one from the quests or the free Reiki, or you could even get it from the bunny Easter egg. You could really get it anyway. Go ahead and switch it to the second ability and find where the crystal teleported to. Go ahead and pick it up after shooting it with the secondary ability. Once you get these crystals, all you need to do is go around to the reactors and put a crystal in each reactor. Just go ahead and interact with each reactor. We went with this one first, and we went over to the satellite reactor. Put a crystal in there. We're also doing trials just to do the double XP, and sometimes we get insta-kills and nukes, which come in handy. And then once you put the crystal in the last reactor, go ahead and make your way back over to the Dimensional Rift. Once you're in the Dimensional Rift, it will continue going on, and there will be a little cutscene you need to watch. Now after a little while, the portal will actually close, and then you'll have to make your way over to the communications room. Just wait a little bit, and then you'll get this piece of dialogue where they're thinking another way, and they think of the satellite, which leads to one of the last steps in this Easter egg, and it's just aligning the satellite. This will be the last step before the boss, so make sure that you had everything ready for the boss and you are ready and set to move on to the boss fight. Once you are ready, go ahead and move over to this computer and move that little tiny dot with R, G, Q, and E. Once you get used to it, the commands aren't that bad. Your goal is to find the yellow dot that has the flag question mark. Some of them will have the United States, some of them will have the USSR, some of them will have China, but you need to find this one right here with the question mark. And then once you're ready for the boss fight, go ahead and hit F, and you'll be treated with a nice little cutscene of aligning the satellite and firing a space laser into it to overload the rift. Now once you're ready, go ahead and go up here and interact with this console, and it will send you to the cutscene, the huge story cutscene for this Easter egg. We aren't going to show it here, we aren't going to spoil this. if you want, you can go ahead and play the Easter egg for yourself and watch this cutscene, or just watch any of the many videos that have it on YouTube. Alright, boss time. Just go ahead and shoot it. We actually did it really quickly here, because we have 4 people. One of us had RPGs. I think we actually had a cruise missile. This one 2. Just go ahead and shoot that little black ball in the middle of the fire, and that's the headshot area. Just go ahead and kill it. It's relatively easy. Ring of Fire, you know, healing aura. Everyone should have Ray Case at this point. It's a really quick boss fight. So just go ahead and knock it down, and you'll be good to go. And with that, the Easter egg is over. Thank you guys so much for watching this Firebase tutorial. I know that this isn't what we usually do, but I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you're interested, we have uploaded our full complete attempt used in this recording down below in the description. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.